Hello there, my fellow brick stackers. This is Chris coming to another Lego haul, and today it should be Lego haul 58. Made a couple orders online and one Walmart run. So let's start off with Walmart since it's small. Went yesterday. I'll show you that in a very short vlog, brick stacking on the wild vlog. Very disappointing. Again, I don't want to turn it into a rant, but there is this one Walmart that I go to locally, 30 miles from here, and it's just going to be a gold mine whenever they put something on clearance. I mean, they got sets that are retired that should have been clearance back in August, still sitting on the shelf at full price. Early when I started doing my BrickLink store, I found some great deals back in the summer, like July, June, somewhere in that range. But since then, I really hadn't found anything, and it's not managed very well. Things are mispriced. If they're even marked down at all, they're marked down like 50 cents and that's it. But so whenever they do clearance them, that's why I continually go back to check, because one day they're going to clearance these things down and I'm going to make a huge load. But anyway, went through yesterday checking prices. The vlog that I'm going to publish, or it might have already been published by the time you see this, is probably not going to be as good as the others because I just didn't find anything. But here's what I found. Nothing big. Found two more bags for my minifigs, so I can store those. It's my clear hobby bags. And then they had moved my case. They had a hanging case at the end cap where they keep their minifigs, and they've always had this Series 10 case hanging on the side of the end cap. And even when the Series 11 came out, they never hung the Series 11 case. They just put the Series 11 figs in the Series 10 case. Well, when I went the other day, they moved it and put those rubber band things that all these kids are making their little bracelets out of. They put all that there, and they replaced the whole end cap where games were with bracelet makers. So I said, where are all the minifigs? Well, they put them in the clearance section. So I went and scanned them. $2.97. You know, again, they don't mark anything down. They just move it off the shelf and throw it on the clearance aisle at regular price. So anyway, I felt the bags. And we'll cut these open real quick to see how good I did. You know, I don't know which one. I think I felt the mime, the little clown mime. One more stacker for my sig fig, the baseball player. One Roman soldier, and the girl, I forgot her name, but the girl that's got the cell phone and the dog. I felt those. So that should be what I picked up. And I've been wrong before, but okay, here's the mime. So I did get that one right. And clutch over at Bricks on the Dollar. You see this? This is the mime's collar, and I think what you called them was Scrabbles or something like that. This was on the floor under the container, under the display, so I picked it up and brought it home. Like I said, it had been swept up and thrown away. So, alright, this next one I'm opening up is my Stackers baseball player. Oh, his head just rolled off. And I will keep him as a backup for my sig fig. I'm not going to build a huge army as Lego for Chris has. He's got an awesome collection of sig figs. I think he's waiting on some more heads to come in. He's got a whole army of his sig fig. But I'm going to have me some for backups over the years in case something happens to the one I've got. So, alright, let's see if this is which one this one is. Ripped that bag completely open. Okay, yeah, I forgot about this one. I did fill the seagull and the sea captain. Here's the seagull. I forgot I'd picked that one up. I've got all these in my personal collection. I felt the more hard to find ones. That's the only reason. They had a ton of them. I wasn't going to pick. I went through about all the common ones. I just threw back in there. So I spent about 15 minutes feeling for these more rare ones so I could put them in my BrickLink store. Okay, here's one I messed up on. Here's the old man. I don't know what I thought I felt when I grabbed him, to be honest with you. Oh, you know what I felt? No? I don't know what I felt. I don't know what I was thinking when I got him. Maybe this is the one I thought was the girl, and I just felt the tile or something. I don't know. We'll see. I think this one's the bumblebee. If I'm thinking mistake. Yeah, this one I think is the bumblebee girl. So, anyway, there's the old man. That's a good one to have. I'll put him in my store also. So let's see if this is the bumblebee girl. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, I was wrong. Again. So on this one, sea captain again, which is good. I felt this. I thought this was the wings of the Bumblebee girl's outfit, but it's fine. This will sell. No problem. Alright, so let me get my garbage out of the way. Put those over there. Alright, so that's Walmart. Next is Target. Now this is something from a BrickLink store. It's just a piece of, look at how dirty that is off the UPS truck. This is a Amazon order, and so for you that are looking at supplies for your BrickLink store, I found this. My laptop is a Mac, and I do not have a number keypad. So when I sit here and I have to make adjustments, either when I'm using Brick Store and putting inventory in, or I have a big order and I'm having to adjust inventory on BrickOwl because I'm selling inventory on both sites, I need a keypad to keep my numbers in. And not only that, for some other things like my Excel spreadsheets I work in, keep track of my inventory, sales, taxes, that kind of stuff. So, bought this 20-button keypad for a Mac. It's USB. They didn't have a really good one with good reviews for the Bluetooth, so I didn't worry about this, and this was pretty cheap. It's under 15 bucks. Picked that up. Had really good reviews, something like 3,000 reviews, and they were all 4-star. Now, this next box is Amazon, and I didn't mark out my address, so I'm going to turn it over and open it up from the bottom. Let's see here. I've got a knife somewhere on the table. This is an Amazon order, and it will complete one set that I've been trying to collect and get 5 of before I part it out. And it's one that all of you have already parted out probably, or at least built if you're interested in this one. I bought this one knowing that it did look like this, so don't freak out on me when you see the box. But it's a Dolphin Cruiser, okay? And I bought it used, returned. And it's supposed to be complete and have all the bags in there, not opened and anything. So that's why the box looks like this. So you don't have to comment about how bad Amazon's packaging is. I bought it this way knowing it was like this. So I bought it from a third-party seller on Amazon, and it was a good discount on it because it was opened and returned apparently. And of course I'll double check. I'm parting it out, so it doesn't really matter. But I do sell it all as new as long as the bags inside haven't been opened, and I'll double check that. So that gives me 5. If you can see in my stack back there, which is not as big as Clutch's, that gives me 5 Dolphin Cruisers. And so 5 Dolphin Cruisers at 600 pieces in there each. So that gives me another 3,000 parts from my store. And if you haven't checked out my BrickLink store, please go check it out. I've got over 42,000 parts listed and over 2,000 lots. I also am on BrickOwl, the same inventory. I'm just selling on 2 platforms, testing out both. Check me out on each one of those, so brickowl.com and bricklink.com. The links will be in the description below this video. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I love posting pictures on Instagram, and I'll post stuff during the weeks when I go shopping. I post deals. Check that out. And until next time, guys, y'all continue to stack those bricks. See y'all later.